Hello, everybody on the Insiders and the world at large. We are so grateful that you have joined us today. I'm Liz, and Amber, of course, joining you, brought to you by Giant TV and Very Paranormal. And today we thought, it's been a few weeks, Amber, that we've been on. We've
Yes.
both been incredibly busy girls. And, we wanted to get on today just to kind of reach out to you guys and see how things are going.
Yeah.
So, if you do chime in and you do have some questions for us, this is a great day to ask because, let me ask you, Amber, how are you doing?
I'm wired today. So the energy, and I'm attributing this to full moon energy because I have had so much trouble sleeping. Like I'm like wide awake, like boing, ready to go. And my mind's just going. And I'm like, last night, go to sleep, Amber. Okay, fall asleep now. Stop screwing around. Go to sleep. Like I'm in my mind saying to myself, just go to sleep. It's easy. Just shut your eyes and fall asleep. I could not for the life of me. Then I woke up this morning and I'm like, woo, here I am full of energy, ready to go. I'll pay for that this weekend. How about you? Like, have you noticed the energetic shift?
Same here, 100%. And the other thing, not only is it a full moon last night, but on the 30th, which I think is tomorrow, I believe,
it's gotta be
something like that. It's a retrograde, Mercury retrograde.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, so I have been like you, not sleeping. Anybody who follows me on Facebook is going to see that I'm, constantly chiming in on Facebook between 1 and 5.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if I'm not working on something, but I have to decompress. And my mind is so active. I'm also having very prolific dreams, Amber. What about you?
Yes, when I actually do fall asleep, they're very, very real. They're intense. They're very psychic connections because I'm getting things in relationship to things that are coming up. So yeah, the dreams are really intense and really meaningful.
It's shocking actually to me. A couple of them I have been able to understand why I dreamt those things, and we're talking like I have a rule with my guides. I don't know, like I have a rule with my guides. Like we had Robbie Thomas on as our last guest, and he's an amazing guy. For those of you that didn't get a chance to catch that episode, you need to watch it. He's a psychic profiler, but he's dealing with death and victim families and just working with the police and all of that. Very sad, work that he's doing, but he's so good at it. God bless him for doing it. But I had something similar in a dream. I won't get into the details on it, but I was able to confirm it a day later as to what I was having. And I'm telling you, that happened one time to me, and I haven't slept for the week. Like it's just, so I can't imagine doing that for a living, Amber. I couldn't do it. No way.
Yeah, it takes a special kind of soul to be able to go through that and to be able to experience it and deliver that communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about something that's fun and exciting. So any of you who are into following, when we're on this path, on this journey, spiritual journey, like we kind of want to absorb everything that is going on and be in the know as much as we can. And one of the cool things that I always have followed since the beginning of time is the Chinese New Year. And it's such an exciting, I find it one of my most favorite things to celebrate. Obviously, I'm not Chinese. However, I do love the complexity of of the way they explain stuff. And it's this year we're coming in on February 12th, I believe, and it's the year of the ox. So 2021 is all about like becoming a natural leader, smart, patience, taking charge. So a lot of you have probably been already doing that in your life, right? Like I know I have. I don't know about you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything is very action oriented, goals, action, success, right?
Yeah, like really, and it's not in a like, in past years or previous years, I have been resistant or fighting the changes. Like, I don't really want to do this, but I know I have to, kind of stuff. This is like, I'm excited. I'm full steam ahead. It's almost like I have blinders on. But yeah, this sleepless stuff, not working out. So, do we have anybody on right now, Amber? Can you see?
Let me check, because what kind of spiraled this was, getting the questions of, like all the, like the other day, I got this question of like, are you always on? Are you always connected? Are you always, in the know and connected? And can you understand everything that's happening around me? And I was like, heck no. So, Liz and I were talking and saying, these are things that people ask me all the time. What do they ask you? And same idea. So today we wanted to be able to answer some of these questions and go through that.
Yeah,
So
I pulled it up, Amber. I got it up on my.
I can't do it. I can't. I'm just going to tell you guys, with all this energy, nothing is working technologically. We had a meeting this morning. We were like 20 minutes behind. The computers aren't working. Updates are happening. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like, what else is new? I'm sick of saying it because it's always happening.
I know. I mean, we can blame everything on the retrograde and we can blame everything on the full moon. But if when it just happens, just go with it. I think for the most part, one of my greatest life lessons is to learn patience. And clearly I'm getting lots of opportunities to learn patience. Let's just put it to you.
Yeah. So you know what? And the thing is that, that question somebody asked me about, are you always on? My answer and is no. I already said it. Like, heck no. What about you, Liz? Because I get people joking saying, oh, like she can read my mind or she's going to know what I'm saying. I can tell you there is no way that I want to be connected and in tune and use my energy to connect to people at all times, all the time. I'm so far into this whole lifestyle that I can simply go anywhere at this point and not be overwhelmed by energy. So how do you do it? Like, are you on all the time?
No. I've actually gotten really good at tuning out and decompressing and letting go. It wasn't always the case, but yeah, no, I'm very much not like, so that is probably one of we were laughing about that earlier, you and I, about how, you can't go to a party without people wanting to ask you questions or asking you if you're reading their minds. Like, so funny how people perceive that with us. And it's not about, it's not reading minds, guys, it's reading energy. And we definitely don't do that. We don't read your energy, like your mind. And it's not
unethical to read somebody's mind. It's unethical to do so, in my opinion. Like, that's my opinion. Yeah.
and I don't want to, like, I don't want to read every single person I meet, especially when I'm at a fun event or whatever, or if I'm working or whatever, because I'm focused on what I'm focused on.
Yes.
So I don't want to be tuning in unless you give me a reason to tune into you. I'm probably just going to ignore you, if that's fair, because it would be like somebody who is an electrician going to a party and everyone asking them about their electrical issues. Like that wouldn't be fun, would it?
No, but we do have a very interesting and people are curious about this lifestyle and in career choice. So it's good. I welcome the opportunity for people to ask the questions, because my whole thing is, don't sit in assumption and create these, fears or worries or belief systems. Like, ask. And again, it's not one size fits all. I'm answering for my own experience. Liz, you're answering for yours. And then there might be another medium out there that's saying, no, I'm turned on all the time. I'm connected. I can do this. I want to do this. So it's very, very unique and very, personal how you choose to tune into the energy. But I always say, it's like, okay, well, I don't invite everybody into my bedroom every day or into my home every day. So I wouldn't expect that I would invite your energy into something as sacred as my energy. Everybody's energy is sacred to their own personal space, right? But it would be like it would be like assuming that I have everybody who walks by my house or everybody who I see at the store, invite them into my bedroom, into that sacred space, right? That's how I see it. Is like, no, I'm not connecting to everybody all the time. And it's something you choose to put up a barrier for. Like, you make that choice to say, here is my protection of energy. And sometimes it is overwhelming and something will happen and you'll feel that. And you do, again, have the choice to connect or to remove yourself from that energy.
So true. So true. Well, we do have a couple of folks chiming in here. So I'm just going to start. Let's make it about them today.
It is about them.
Totally. It's always about you guys, but
Yeah.
let's give you an opportunity to ask those questions. So Vicky is saying her anxiety is so bad the last 2 weeks. So hopefully you can understand now why, because of the full moon leading up. You know, there's been a lot of anxiety on the planet collectively as well, with things shifting and changing. So, you know, hopefully you're able to learn to ground and, you know, give some time to you, Vicky. Did you want to add anything to that, Amber?
That is exactly the energy that everybody's kind of feeling right now, is that increased, you know. And if you already struggle with anxiety, like you're actually diagnosed with anxiety or depression, or you have a diagnosis, there will be some extra things that you have to take care of and work with your professional on that. But, you know, in general, if somebody hasn't had those diagnoses, then you will have feelings of anxiety or have feelings of overwhelming, you know, depressive kind of moods, because the energy is so crazy. So no, I agree with everything that Liz just said. And, you know, just really understanding yourself and knowing, you know, what about the lunar cycles makes you feel connected, or what in the universal energy is making you feel, you know, ungrounded, and really go from there. Because you can really come to terms with being aware that certain times will create more feelings of anxiousness, and maybe those are the times that you choose to you know, stay home and spend time by yourself. And they're not times that you commit to big things. Like, you really have to kind of focus on that and be aware.
Exactly. And I always tell
Mhm.
folks, well, you know, we have calendars on our phone, and I don't know about everybody else, but my life is on this phone. So I have all the lunar cycles, and, you know, and the retrogrades and all the major things that I know affect me. And when you think about it, guys, like it's like 75% of our body is made up of water.
Mhm.
And so if the moon can control the ocean and moving it, you know, at the greatest levels during a full moon, imagine what it's doing to your body. So, you know, it really does affect us. Some of them are a little bit more extreme than others. And that just, you know, depends on where you're at. Okay. So yeah, take it step by step. And if you do find that it is a big player for you, take notice of when they happen so that you can be prepared. I always have, like, the week before a full moon, I get like a little notification on my phone saying, hey, heads up, be prepared. So, okay. And then I got Christina Madeleine is saying, hi, the last couple of weeks, my dreams have been extremely vivid and real. The last night, my dream was so intense, it woke me up harshly at 3:14. Those ones are tough. I didn't fall back asleep until 6, and they aren't the most positive dreams either. Yeah, they're, you know,
Yeah.
I know. I don't even know how to support you on that, other than I document my dreams, and I find just getting it out of my head and onto paper supports that release in the mind. Now, because I have a multitude of other things going on, just besides, like, which, like every human, right? All of us, if you're a mama, grandma, you're keeping a house, whatever, you got a million things going on. So it's not always just the dream that keeps you wired. It's it takes us to that level energetically where we're overthinking everything. So meditation, I will lay on my couch so that I'm not disturbing my husband, and put a meditation video on, and then I'll just, like, listen, or I'll listen to some YouTube stuff. So try that. You can learn if you can't fall asleep.
Yeah, you know, when you have those vivid dreams and you have all of that going on, it can be really unsettling. So, being mindful, bringing yourself back into the awareness of the moment. So you might need to take that moment when you first come back into, the awareness of being awake to really connect, like, what do I know is true? How do I connect to the reality of this moment? And, focus on something meaningful to you so that you're able to ground. So maybe focus on a picture, or counting is really good. Taking those deep breaths. Yeah, really focusing and being aware in the moment will help get you out of that like unsettling feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tammy Yarenko is saying it would be so physically draining to be on 24/7. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think in the beginning, when I didn't really have a handle on what I do, I wanted to be on because I didn't want to miss anything. And I think that was like my naivety starting in this, on this journey. So desperate to get better and be, stronger in it. Now it's like, yeah, no, I can totally put a cap on it. Oh, Stephanie's giving hugs to Vicky for saying she'd been so full of anxiety. God bless you, Steph. Pam Ferguson is saying, hi, Pammy. Pammy's a friend of mine. I've been having dreams regarding sex lately, and a couple of them, I just knew I was going to be raped in the dream. So I wake up and I have to busy my mind for an hour or two before attempting to go back to sleep quicker without going back into the dream. That's an interesting one. Like, I'm not a dream expert by any stretch of the imagination, but there is meaning behind the sex part of it and the rape and all of that. So I would say, unless, do you have any thoughts on that, Amber? Because I was going to say Google what those things mean in dreams, because I don't know.
So I don't also have any kind of, any formal education in dreams, but what I do is I always follow my intuitive information. So as I'm hearing that, I'm pulling this information through. So essentially what I'm getting is it shows the vulnerability. So it's what you are looking to avoid so that you're not feeling vulnerable in your day-to-day life. So your conscious awareness life. And so that to me is what I'm kind of being guided to say, because sex and intimacy is very, very, very vulnerable. You're putting yourself out there. So basically, I'm getting that there must be something that you're connecting this to avoiding, to put yourself out there in that vulnerable sense. So maybe some, reflection on what that might be. It could be change of job. It could be not feeling valuable or worthy enough for something that you're receiving, or you don't want to put yourself out there to tell someone you love them. Whatever it is, start to reflect on that. But that's what I was just going with.
Yeah, beautiful advice. I'm going to stick with what you said. What she said. Okay, Vicky is asking, I do have both anxiety and depression. I had to actually renew lorazepam, I probably didn't say that right, just to get some relief, and haven't had to take that since my mom passed. I need to pull out of it. You know what? It's like eating an elephant when you are suffering from anxiety and depression. It's like, how do I get beyond this? How do I become happy? How do I get to normal? Well, I think the number one thing we have to remember, as long as we're not harming or intending on harming self or others, depression is a human condition. And it's not that you're broken or that there's something wrong with you. It's just that you're in that moment. And if it's lasting, like, you're doing the right thing, you're seeing a doctor, you're taking medication for it, like whatever you're vibing towards doing, but you have to listen to yourself. And it's great that you haven't taken it since your mom passed. I mean, you've moved beyond taking medication. You just keep persevering, eating the elephant one piece at a time. You're never going to be able to eat the whole thing in one sitting. It's baby steps, working through each challenge as it comes to you. I think as a collective, we kind of compound all of the bad things that are happening in our lives. I'm guilty of it all the time. And I'll take a bunch of bad stuff and I'll put it all in one big box. And then I will concentrate on that bad stuff. And I've discovered that if I deal with or cope with one bad thing at a time and release it, then I'm not amplifying because each individual thing can be bad. It's just, I'm not amplifying it by 30 by collectively putting everything into a package and going, this is killing me. You know what I mean? So stuff to think about there, Vicky. Do you have anything to add to that?
You know, I'm kind of the opposite. I put it outside of myself so I can be really great at compartmentalizing things. And so what I realize is that, you know, compartmentalizing is not necessarily a negative thing if you keep the awareness that that is existing in your experience. So it's like not in denial of this hasn't happened, or this didn't cause me to feel this way, or my actions didn't spiral into this. So so being able to kind of like shut down something that is not serving my highest good at that moment, to be able to put it aside. Now it's a little bit different than avoiding, because avoiding means I'm never coming back to it and I'm just not going down that path. But compartmentalizing is, this is not my focus or my objective in this moment. So I'm not going to bring this with me on that because it's too heavy. So what I do is I visualize, can I carry this and this and this all at the same time? Or do I look like somebody, like a camel through a desert carrying all these bags and not, so, and now that's just in terms of me coping with life, because everybody has to. There's stuff that happens all around us all the time. Like it doesn't, but at the same time, understanding yourself and being authentic to your own needs. You're going to do it different. Liz does it different. I do it different. And then with the help of other people that understand those techniques and tips and strategies, you find your own way. And that's really the way that you're going to get out of that kind of like vibe. You did it. And Vicky, in your case specifically, I'm happy you got out of it once before and you got off of those things, if that's what was your plan with your doctor. And now, don't think this is forever. This is something you just need maybe now. Yeah. Everything is what you're doing, the best for what you need at the moment. Who cares about yesterday? Who cares about tomorrow? Focus on what you need today.
Yeah. I think we just need to get away from the I'm broken or there's something wrong with me belief system. And just move into, okay, what can I do in the moment to get beyond? What can I do now? So that's great advice, Amber, great advice. Okay, so Cecile Marie Jacob is here and she is saying, I was so unsettled yesterday, took a hot salt bath and stared at the full moon for a while, found it very calming to me. It was beautiful when it came through the clouds for me here. We had like so much cloud cover. It was almost like someone was holding a flashlight above the clouds, and every once in a while you get this big beam of light coming down. Where I hang out in the house is in this like little back room. It's like and the whole wall is windows looking at my backyard. So I have like floor to ceiling windows, and I can see the moon from any vantage point. And it was so cool to see it. I agree. It's great, beautiful. But I like the idea of the hot salt bath. Brilliant.
Yes, that's a really good idea. The salt baths is a great idea. Anything with water, drinking water, right? Having more in your system in general is going to be good. But yeah, anything purifying, saging your space, and burning a candle safely. All of those things are really good. Yeah. Tips and techniques to get through the energy shift.
Yeah, awesome. Now, Pam's saying thank you, ladies. And Christina Madeleine is saying thank you both. That is great advice. Sonia is saying hey, and she's saying, will me and my boyfriend meet each other's family this year? Would you know when? So we weren't going to be doing readings on this episode, but you know what? You will be meeting each other's families, and it doesn't feel to me like anything's going to be happening at least until April is kind of what I'm getting. So I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Amber.
My original thought was like, I wasn't kind of getting that like immediate connection, but I did see the number 9. Now April and October are the same month to me in terms of color, in terms of number reference. That's my symbolism and doesn't necessarily mean anything to anyone else. But October and April are the same to me. So I was kind of veering towards I keep getting put off and put off and put off. So I, there we have it. That was my, okay, listen, everybody.
So rude.
Okay, we're fixing something. It has to be done at this moment, and it can't take any longer. So the person is here, they're fixing. That's why I keep muting, so you guys don't keep hearing it. I've got babies crying, I got all this stuff going on because it's the freaking full moon in a Friday. So why not? So I don't know, that might have been validation. I don't know.
That was like, your face was the best. It was the best. I think
the crap out of me.
Scared me too. I was like, yeah, we're getting a lot of hearts on that one. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good.
I love, we should do like a blooper thing, like all the things that you and I just freaking have going on. It's like, just, you know, just, I would just like pay to watch that, because it would be like, it's really, this is really like an uncut show.
100%. Okay. So, okay, let's thank you so much, ladies. From Vicky. Noreen is saying, my husband has been very sick and has to go for a PET scan. Well, she must be meaning a CAT scan next Tuesday. My nerves are shot. Just wondering what I should do instead of taking more antidepressants. So the number one thing is, my rule from me, how I cope with, like how I would cope with what you are going through, is I do not succumb to the belief that something is going to happen until it happens. So I also I'm of the belief system that what I think about, I bring about. So if I were you, okay, this is me speaking, if I were you, I would not be worried or concerned about the CAT scan until I have something to be worried or concerned about, because it's a waste of your energy and time, to be quite honest with me. If you could get yourself in a belief system that this is going to give the answers that are required to heal and get him, you know, back up on his feet again and feeling himself, that's where I want you to place your energy. Not in the, I'm going to hear bad news, this is going to be devastating. Get out of that belief system, because we're creating a storyline that has yet to happen. So that's just kind of how I would cope with it. But Amber, do you want to throw something in?
Yeah. And, you know, I use the techniques of mindfulness. So when we talk about being in the present moment, so, you know, again, you have to take medication that's prescribed by your doctor the way it's prescribed. And outside of that, we're talking spiritually here. It focusing on the moment. So like exactly what Liz is saying is like, nothing is occurring yet. So what we're doing is we're anticipating what's happening. But some of the things that I do, so going for a walk, listening to music, baking, cooking, you know, taking the bath, but it's not even just about that. It's about feeling the dough between your fingers, or listening to the water pour out into the tub, or feeling the water hit your skin. You know, when you're walking, listening to just snipe out the sound of a bird, or finding a squirrel in the, like focusing on the tiny little things so that your mind is focused and mindful of the actual thing in the moment, so that you're not giving all of that extra playtime to your mind to wander. So keep bringing yourself back to center, back to moment is essentially what it's literally mind over matter. That's what I say to myself. It's not a snide remark. It's literally how I get through it myself. Is I have the choice to have my mind focus on the matter or focus on the moment. So I do not mind over matter, mind in the moment. And that's what helps me.
100%. And you know, it's so funny you brought up the squirrel thing, like pay attention to birds or squirrels. I had a difficult client yesterday, and I'm difficult as in it was very sad. And so I had to take a minute to decompress from that awareness that client was going through. And I stood at the back door, and like I mentioned to you guys, I have glass like as a wall. And there's these little squirrels who were clearly with their mama, And they were almost like normal size, but you could tell they were 3 babies. And one of them just reminded me of, like, sheep in the spring, like the little lambs, they'll like jump around like really spastically, like you see goats do it. It's the cutest thing. And here's this little squirrel just like enjoying life, just having such a great time in life, and running up the tree and then falling, and then jumping up at things, and running up and scaring its siblings and scaring its mom. It was adorable to watch. And you know what? I completely lost track of what I was stressed over. And I actually thanked my guides in that moment, because I know that was sent from them. These are our little love nudges from our loved ones on the other side, and our guides who are taking the suffering away. So be mindful of those moments, because it takes us away from that moment, that pain, that whatever is triggering us.
And be playful, because if you have young children or young grandchildren or nieces, nephews, whatever, neighbor kids that you can spend time with, or even live vicariously through, seeing their imagination. If you want to know how to create the best posture, to create the most mindful experience, you watch through the eyes of a child. The child knows intuitively how to pick things up, how to bend over, how to stand, have the great posture. They know how to do things mindfully. They're very present in play. So if you can watch that, or even get down on their level, sit on the floor, play with them, you will be able to start to release that connection of the belief systems, and then connect to your inner child, the healthy part of your inner child, and release some of those wounded parts.
And there's going to be a lot of people watching this and immediately going, it's great for you to say that, but I can't be around my grandchildren. I can't connect with them. Yeah, you can if you get online, and I know it's not the same. I get that. I totally get that. However, make the best of what you can, right? So watch a show with them, build something, like get their mom to have, Lego, and buy the same Lego and build something with them. It's amazing and fascinating when you do that. It's just going to decompress you. Boom, just like that. Okay. Tiffany is saying, hi, ladies. Noreen saying, maybe I need a reading. You need to follow whatever you're guided to do, darling. Absolutely. Stephanie Little saying, sometimes we just need a little love and support, and that's okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know who you're going to get the most love and support from, ladies and gentlemen? It's number one. You're going to get it from yourself first. And so I can go back in my historical life and go, in the worst moments of my life, I wasn't present for myself. I was present for everybody else. And I wasn't giving myself enough of attention and love and affection. And I remember having that aha awareness that if I can't do that for me, how can I expect anybody else to see that I need it? So it's important that we take time for us, that we spend quality time nurturing our desires, just being present for yourself. It's not that hard. You find it easy and effortless to do it for others, right? All of us do. So find time for you. Amber, do you want to share anything there?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think that the idea behind self-care being selfish or something that should be put on the back burner is the surefire way to make the most difficult experience out of this lifetime, because the whole purpose of what we're doing here is to grow, evolve, ascend, whatever you want to call it, our own soul. We're individually here, we're individually connected to what we're supposed to be doing. So to put that understanding and time and effort into figuring out why other people are doing what they're doing and how it's affecting you, if you focus on your own soul's progression, and you do that self-care and you nurture and you grow, that's how you have the least amount of resistance in your life. And there's no shame at all. There's more of a disconnect and more of an issue when people think that self-care is a problem, because really you're not here to be focusing on everybody else's soul growth. You're supposed to be focusing on your own, and then through that you complement others with what you're doing. So you get up, you nurture yourself so you can go to work as a nurse and take care of others. So it is a ripple effect. But ultimately, at the end of the day, focus on you is really what the game is about.
Yeah, absolutely. Here. Okay, I love that. Focus on what you need. This is Tara. I love that. Focus on what you need today. Something I needed to hear today. Awesome. Awesome. And Sonia saying, yay, April is cool. Okay, good. Alana saying, you ladies are amazing. Oh, we love Alana. Yeah. What? Sorry. So Aoife Ogun, she's trying to solicit readings on our page right now. So Aoife, please don't do that. We don't appreciate that kind of behavior. And you guys have the opportunity to connect with whomever you want, but I have an issue with people doing stuff like that on our platform. So if you continue to do that, I will have to remove you. Yeah, she's telling everybody to inbox her. So, or he is, I don't know. Yeah, okay, this isn't cool. I don't know how to quite remove this person right now. Okay. So we're all just going to ignore Ifa, okay? Because he or she has solicited everybody on our page right now. So remind me, I'm going to just write the name down there. Ifa. Okay. Michelle Armstrong is saying, hi, Amber and Liz. Thanks for doing this. Any messages you can share would be appreciated. Are you getting anything from Michelle? We kind of were hoping for you guys to ask us questions, but
I just keep hearing strength is important. Strength is key for 2021 for you, Michelle. Empowerment, strength, and what I keep seeing is almost like a straight arrow of you connecting to your north point of the compass. So I guess you're headed in the proper direction, just more so you can't back down. You have to be like straight and narrow, like a straight arrow, connecting in that way. So just keep, the mantra, I am strength, I am power, I am capable, I am manifesting, whatever you have to say day to day, but keep your eye on the prize because you are headed in the right direction. And I am seeing that power and strength coming from your energy.
That's awesome. And Michelle, I'm getting tightness or stiffness in the jaw. So clenching our teeth or something around that. So pay attention. Are you rubbing your teeth together at night or something around the jaw around here? So just pay attention to that because I think it's from either grinding teeth or clenching, or you're under so much stress that you're chomping down too much. So think about that.
That's awesome. I think that's so cool that everybody was able to reach out today and we were able to get on for a little bit to answer some questions and yeah, we'll get on next time, right, Liz? We'll get on again next week and we have some really great guests coming up. So that's going to be really exciting. The year is full of amazing people to connect with, to build each other up, to support each other, and to learn more about like everybody's niche of how do they do this and how does it work for them and what they're doing, and maybe it'll resonate with you because maybe that'll say like, hey, this is what I'm experiencing or what I'm doing. So stay tuned because we're going to have a lot of good topics coming up, more about how you can connect and what does this mean for yourself and your own spiritual evolution, because again, that's what we're focusing on, is to give you guys the insight so that you can have the power yourself to be able to listen to your higher consciousness, to be aware.
We love that. We love to bring that for you guys. And we
Yes.
love that you join us. And thank you for being such, devoted fans of ours. We love you. We love you.
Yes, absolutely. And we're just entering 2021. There's lots of good things coming, and we'll just keep focused and bring each other connected in this community to focus on all the good things and all the positive things that are happening, because we already know about all the other stuff. So let's keep focused.
Keep focused, guys. All right.
Till next time.
Take
All
care.
right. Bye, Liz. Thank you so much. Mwah! Bye, everybody.